This is the Stereosis.
Enugu State finally is going to pass a law that every adult in Nigeria will be very happy with, because there have been this issue of exorbitant agency fee, lawyers fee, caution fee. Some go as high as the price of the house itself. And I think Enugu State is taking a very nice approach to it, and the law has passed the first reading in the House, in the Enugu State House of Assembly. The law, among other things, wants to ensure that anyone who wishes to be an agent in Enugu State is certified, and you must be registered. That's what they're trying to say in the law, that you must be registered. Secondly, that there will be a ceiling of 10% for both agency and legal fees. Now, this is very, very commendable, and it could be negotiated downwards. So I think that ceiling is very, very important. I don't see how somebody can just be renting a house of 300,000, you're paying legal fee of 100,000, agency fee of 100,000. Then you're paying almost a caution fee of like 50,000. You pay like 80% of the money again because of. But a landlord could just stand up and say, I want to renovate my house, and then kick you out of the house after 2 years. Then to just bring in new people. Now that the tradition of caution fee be prohibited, caution fee to be prohibited, caution fee. What do you think about this? I should have thought that this particular one goes overboard, because there are some houses that could actually take caution fee, but they should have stipulated how much you could take caution fee with regard to the amount you paid per year. I think that should have been what they've done here, instead of making a caution fee illegal. Because in some of the houses, I believe that caution fee is also good. Now, before you go, maybe the money could be refunded to you. That's what the promise most times says. You're going, you get back your caution fee. But I don't also believe that caution fee should be prohibited totally. Also, they should have done something like make it something that we paid maybe like 10%, or let's say if there must be caution fee, let's say like 20% of the annual rent, or I don't know, or 10% of the annual rent also. There should be defined time for duration for notices. Like if you want to evict somebody from your house, you want to increment of rent or any other thing you want to do, or renovation of your house, there should be stipulated and defined duration of notices on both sides. Now that the government, ministry or agency giving power for regulation of housing should be Enugu State Housing Development. Enugu State Housing Development will have the power to regulate these agents and other things, matters concerning this. And now, this is very, very important, because this agency fee and this adds a lot of pressure to the housing market in Nigeria. Now, imagine where, especially this lawyer's fee. Now, who does the lawyer work for? Is lawyer working for intending tenants alone? Most times, you see that the lawyer works actually for the landlord. But at the end of the day, who pays the landlord is actually the intending tenant. Now, we go to the agent. The agent works for both the landlord and the tenant. The intending tenant or the tenant ends up paying for the lawyer fee and also paying the whole total 100% lawyer fee. So the landlord is actually absorbed from every other thing. And this is very illegal. This is very exorbitant. I hope this law gets to deal with this, because it's very, very, very important. No matter what you do as a young person, you one way or the other, whether you're looking for a house directly or maybe somebody close to you looking for a house, and it's very, very exploitative to see. Like I have somebody who is close to me and wants to rent an office. 300,000 naira is the annual rent, and now the legal fee is about 100,000, and the lawyers make it such a way that it's not even negotiable. And most times the houses are directly in the hands of the lawyers, and the agents are also telling him he needs to pay like 100,000. So you see, he's negotiating that one, and then the lawyer has said it's not negotiable. The 100,000 is not negotiable, even if he accepts that one. So at the end of the day, he's paying close to like maybe another 150,000, which is 50% of the annual rent he's paying. Another thing I want them to look into is the issue of annual rent, and sometimes some people charging more than 1 year, or in some other places like abroad. I think in US, the states with the highest rent is like 3 months. You can pay upfront. But here, somebody can tell you to even pay 3 years upfront. I remember an office wanted to take one time, and the man demanded for 2 years. in advance, you met that kind of thing. So, and I think they should look into that also. There's nothing wrong with somebody wants to start a business, especially for offices. Now, a business you don't even know how it's going to be and all those kind of things, and then you are forced to pay like 2 years. Even a year is much for an office. They could allow you to pay for like 6 months because so for some of us who are being into business, like a lot of things you can't predict a lot of things, and the money you should use for other things they are tied into your upfront rent for like a whole 1 year, and these things should be looked into. And I think for the offices and especially for these commercial houses should be less than 1 year. You should make it like higher 6 months. More than that should be illegal. Because with that, when the person gets into the office, it's expected that the person makes money. So you pay the other 6 months will be a problem. But like residential houses, okay, let's say 1 year, no problem about that. But like offices and commercial buildings, this person is getting into the business and it's going to add to the economy. So the person should be allowed to pay like 6 months or even less than 6 months. And then when the business start doing well, the guy pays you back. Or maybe in the 6 months and the business is not doing well, the guy packs out of the office. You understand kind of thing? But when the person is tied for like 2 years, 3 years, then I think it's a very nice something, and this is a very good legislation that is actually trying to solve the needs of the people. And I must say kudos to Enugu State government. Another thing is, I want to say not only certified for the agents, let an agent have physical location, because now if an agent has a physical location, fraud will be reduced, and the agencies should have certification and like numbers. I think they said it's going to be renewed and all those kind of things. I can remember those days in Lagos where Fashola, there was a law also in Lagos where you must have a physical location, so that when somebody looking for you, the person comes to see you, and that gives them that kind of fraudulent agent from operating also. And secondly is how are they going to actually enforce this? Because it's not about having laws only. How are they going to enforce these laws? That's the problem. How are they going to enforce these laws is a big problem. Because if you have laws, I think Lagos, there's some other states with this kind of laws, but enforcing the law is a big problem. Then we must find a way to enforce these laws adequately to make sure that these things don't happen, because it's fraud. And the major problem lies with the landlords and the agents. Because most times the landlords are very, very greedy. Even when some of the agents want to collect less than that, or because if this money is shared between the landlord and the agent, sometimes it reduces the pressure. You can pay 10%, you have to pay 5%, nobody will complain. Like if you are getting for a house of 300,000, somebody say pay 30,000 naira, at least, which is 10% of it, you won't be that angry. Or you are getting for a house of 100,000, you're going to pay 10,000 naira. Nobody will complain about that. You work for it and you get it. But the landlord in this case wouldn't want to do anything. They want to take their own money and block, and then the agent or the lawyer works for them. Then I think it's actually going to be a good thing. But let's see how it goes. The thing has passed the first reading, and let's see what happens.